Good morning, Sophie.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
I'm very happy to be here in Venice.
You are welcome.
Okay.
Today we present your works and your participation during Contemporary Venice 2021 in the Room Contemporary Art Space that is our gallery in San Marco. It's a really interesting story because you live in France, but so far from France. And yes, I would like that you introduce yourself and your work.
Yes, in fact, in a matter of fact, I live in Martinique, that is an island of the Caribbean, a French island, French Indies island, and I was born in Fort-de-France, and I studied in Italy at Fine Arts, Scuola di Belle Arti di Firenze in Florence, and I've also studied in École du Louvre at Paris. And since 1999 I gave private workshops on artistic activities for children and adults. And from 3 years ago, I tried to dedicate myself to my creations. I felt an appeal, like this blue piece. The name is The Appeal of Nature, because I am very drawn to my emotions and my sentiments. And that is the way I connect myself with my deep self, the inner, the core. And it permits me to connect myself to the nature. And a kind of magic or religious thought. But this setting is so wide that for the moment I prefer to consider only the tools and the materials to define that issue.
You decided to present two works on the same media,
yes,
but with two strong colors, and
yes,
that represents, in my opinion, your production. Today we are talking a lot with our invited artists about some concepts like contrasts, change, and revolution. So what about this contrast and with this communication between these two works?
Yes, most of the time I focused on color because of the light of the Caribbean, and because color is very related to emotion. There is a blue piece and a red one. The blue piece is much more related to mixing identities, and the red one is related to the environment issue, the presence of the human creations in nature. And I try to express in the blue piece a kind of hybridization between human and nature. And there is also an hybridization in the vegetation, because I have imagined an hybrid plant.
Okay.
Out of few plants from few exotic plants, like detox plant, and the stalks are from a detox plant we call in Martinique boldo, and the scientific name is Polycias. And I tried to mix that plant with the canon wood. This is the leaf of the canon wood, a plant that served once a time to do the cannon shotguns. And I also put exotic orchids And I put it also a rose, a western plant, because it is Caribbean is a land of mixing cultural identities and races also. And there are hands coming from the ground, and I decided a kind of contrapposto. I imagine little hands growing from the stalks.
It's an hybridization, as you said,
yes.
between human nature and...
Yes, because we are part of a balance.
Yeah.
And when I try to observe and represent the nature, I have to consider a kind of frustration, because nature is more generous, more creative and more genius than I am.
Thank you very much for your concept and your story.
I am very happy to be here, and I am so glad to share that experience with you, your team, your very welcoming, flexible team, and it's very nice to be here in this mythical city of Venice and in this location too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.